Howdy YouTube. So today we were going to take a look at the Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice Henry Cavill Superman, a figure I was very excited for. Unfortunately, before I even got him out of the package, I noticed that this was a little loose, so I opened him up and there we go. So I'm going to do this review, but it is going to be a little bit different to normal. A cool looking figure. I was hoping it would be as awesome as the armored Batman. I think it still can be. I just need to spend a bit of time trying to get his torso to attach to his body. Not something I would say, well, not something I thought I would ever say about a Superman figure, but there we go. So yeah, we'll take a look at this figure once I get it all sorted. Okay, so here we have Superman opened up and out of packaging, and he is a fantastic figure despite the fact that there was some assembly required. I'll bring in just briefly the armored Batman. Make sure you check out my review on him. That is an epic figure. I'm interested to see how Superman stacks up. Batman, Superman, Superman, Batman. For me, I've always been a Batman fan. Superman has not really done all that much for me, if I'm completely honest. I did love the Superman animated series from the 90s, but I love the Batman animated series from the 90s even more. So it's always been, for me, Batman ahead of Superman. Lately, that's been changing, though. Batman will still always be better than Superman. Let's get that clear. But my love for Superman has gone up as of late. I did really like him in Man of Steel, and I did really like him in Dawn of Justice. Now, a lot of people really don't like Henry Cavill as Superman. I do accept that what they say. I understand that. I get that. Some people, my friends in particular, have said that he has the personality of a brick wall. And, you know, I guess that can be true to an extent. But I still like him for some reason. I don't know why. The costume, I think, was fantastic. This figure itself looks fantastic. Just going based on realism, they absolutely nailed the face scan on this guy. I'll bring it forward so you can see a very accurate face. Definitely looks like he did in the movies. A very handsome looking Superman, which is good. So that's the face done. In terms of the suit, I think it's a much nicer Superman suit. I think Henry Cavill is the best Superman we've had. I know some people don't like him as Superman. I think he's the best Superman that we've had. Like the 2006 movie, that was garbage. Some of the older ones too, like the original one, that's a great movie. But then like the 6 different sequels that they gave us, they were pretty garbage. So I'm going to go with Henry Cavill as being the best Superman, at least for the time being. Taking a look, nice detail on the belt that I didn't notice before. I like the difference in the blues. The more metallic-y blue, I think, is a nice addition to the suit. I think he had some good villains too. I liked Zod as a villain. I liked Doomsday in the movie too. People are going to go crazy over that. Oh, it wasn't a good Doomsday and everything. Just shut up and enjoy the movie for what it is. Doomsday, I thought, was good. He evolved. He turned into this monster. I mean, he killed Superman. That, to me, I think shouldn't have happened in this movie. Build it up for a little bit. Keep the suspense a little bit. And then have him die. Don't kill him straight off the bat, you know, to create some shock value. And everyone knows that he comes back anyway, so you don't really create any shock value at all. So you basically jeopardize your movie for no real gain. Anyway, that's my rant on the movie. Over. In terms of articulation, ball-jointed head, ball-jointed arms, swivel in the bicep, double bend at the elbow, swivel, ball-jointed wrists, sorry. He has, but I'm not going to do it to the full extent. He does have, like, upper chest articulation. He also has a swivel in the waist, something the Batman didn't have, so we've got some extra articulation going on there. Ball-jointed legs, swivel in the thigh. Batman didn't have that either. Double bend in the knee, and then ball-jointed ankle. So a ton of articulation, more so than Batman, which is pretty cool for a Superman figure. I think this is one of the most articulated DC collectibles have ever given us. So that is outstanding. The cape as well is a soft goods cloth cape, so it feels really nice. Definitely does not look cheap. Neither of these figures feel cheap, and that's probably because they're not cheap. They are some of the most expensive DC Collectibles figures you can buy, but they are well worth it. Ugh. Now, in terms of accessories, he comes with this head that features no eyes and looks very disturbing and creepy. But that's because his accessories are, and this is really cool, he comes with laser vision. You might have to bear with me a little bit here because it is really finicky to try and actually get the lasers into his head without wrecking them. It's a cool accessory. These are really soft, and for the accessory to work, I feel that they needed to be a decent bit harder, because otherwise I'm worried I'm going to snap. Snap the figure. We'll see. We might be able to get it. We might not. I will try. Anyway, you would get something along the lines of that, which is fantastic as an action feature. Again, I think they needed to make this plastic a little bit harder, just so that when you push it into the eye socket, you don't break it. You can see when I go to push it in there, it does move around and flex quite a bit. So, and I don't want to wreck it. So that's one thing that could be improved. But, I mean, it is a nice accessory. Now, in terms of other accessories, they gave us this stand, which initially I thought was really good because you can have Superman flying and get him in some really cool poses. There are a few problems with the stand, though, and I want to show them to you because they're small things that, once fixed, would add a lot of value to the figure. So if you have him, let's try that again. If you have him upright, you can see it's not too bad. But if you want to move your figure and have Superman actually doing something, you have to bend it. Now, the problem is the weight of the figure is too great a strain for, and in particular, so you can see, it's this little peg here. So there you go, which means you can't really actually pose him doing anything other than sleeping on the job. So that kind of ruins the accessory a little bit and defeats the purpose, I guess, of giving it to us in the first place. How can I make this work? I mean, there he's just standing normally. He's not really flying or anything. So that, honestly, is a bit of a shame. Now, you probably can do something to tighten that joint. If you know what it is that you have to do, please let me know, because I would like this figure to work. Other than that, though, visually and detail-wise, if you're just going to display it there, it is very nice. Just for comparison, I've got Superman here with some of the other DC Direct and Collectibles figures. You can see, scaling with the doomed Superman, he's a little bit shorter, but he fits in perfectly with some of the other figures that we've gotten. If I bring in the excellent armored Batman figure, you can see he towers over Superman, which I guess he did in the movie. A great fight, and that was definitely one of the highlights, seeing these two Titans go at it. Both fantastic figures. If you're a DC fan, then no ifs or buts, these two are must-haves. Overall, two outstanding figures. The detail and quality on the DC Collectibles figures has improved substantially, especially recently, which is something that I'm really excited about. Once again, highly recommend these figures. Stay tuned, lots of cool reviews coming up soon.